This unit, I only paid $1.67, and I'm gonna make well over $160. What's going on, guys? Thank you for returning back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Miguel. I go by Ebay Resells here on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how you guys could test some lights and or light fixtures using a couple of tools that you may already have laying around in your house. With this technique, I'm gonna be using a 3-prong electrical cord and a lamp holder, a screw-on lamp holder, one of these. The reason I'm going to be using this technique is because I'm actually testing a lot of units all at once, and this will avoid me having to actually do a full installation process to test these lights. I don't want to go and do the full installation process because I have to turn off the power for that specific area or room that I'm using. So with this, I'll be able to actually just use an electrical cord. This is what I'm going to be testing today. As you can see, I have a lot of units that will be tested. And this way, I'll be able to test these a whole lot faster without having to do an installation process. For example, if I wanted to test it using the electrical wiring from that light, I would have to turn off the power coming to this room for that area and then do the full installation process to test it. So doing it this way, I'll actually be able to use only these two tools here. Once again, this is a screw-on lamp holder. That's how it's labeled on here. And then this is just a 3-prong electrical cord. Guys, I am not an electrician, so I'm just using these. I'll be using these to connect them to the actual wiring. That way I don't short out anything. Alright guys, so here's going to be a quick explanation of the wiring. For the US, is standard. For the black wire, it's going to be the live wire. The white wire is actually the neutral wire. And then the green wire is the ground wire. You're going to encounter some wiring systems that only have the live and the neutral, so you would connect them accordingly. Make sure you cap it off for safety purposes, and you definitely don't want to get shocked by this. If you're going to be using this, I will recommend, regardless, for any electrical job, you have to have one of these splicers. Alright guys, so I'm going to start with connecting this one here. Once again, the white goes with the white, and the black goes with the black. Then we're going to put this cap here on there. For this one, it doesn't have a ground, so we're just going to leave that open, okay? So now, I can actually connect this to the one that's going to be providing the power. So the first one that we're going to test is going to be one of these screw-on ones. And I have one right here. I can almost guarantee you that this is going to be actually in working condition. And as you can see, the back of this light has that screw connector right here. There you go. This one is operational. So now I can just put it back in the box, mark it as tested, and move on with the next one. Guys, the next type of light that we will be testing is actually going to be one of these recessed lights. This one actually has two options. One for the regular bulb, and then it has a night light LED rim.
Here, Daddy.
Put them right there, puppy. Thank you. When you turn on the light, the actual LED will appear, the main light. If you turn it off and then turn it back on, the actual night light, the rim LED will show up. So for this one, I actually can't use this one because then I'll have to unplug it real quick. So for that one, I'll be using one of these that actually has the switch option. And for this one, this light actually comes with its own cord. So this plugs into that. This is supposed to screw on to the top portion of the recessed lighting kit. Alright guys, so now that I have it connected, I'm able to turn it on and the actual main light turns on. Then I'll turn it off and turn it back on and the LED night light turns on. So this one works. Issue with this one, it was used. They returned it like that, so I have to clean it up. This one does not work. We'll have to throw this one away. That was a fail. Now I was hoping both of those work because these with the box complete go for about, I'd say $17 to $22 online. I'm not going to sell these locally because they're not going to give me really what it's worth. So I'm making a bundle of these, as many as I have, especially the ones with the nightlight, and I'll be selling them as a lot on eBay. Alright guys, so here's the next item that we're going to test. This is a floodlight. This one comes with the black, white, and the green wiring. Once again, the live, the neutral, and the ground. So we're going to be connecting that to this power cord. Alright guys, now that we have it connected, we actually don't have the ground connected because this is just going to be a very simple and fast test. And there you go. Very bright light. This quick wiring would actually prevent us from doing all that disassembly of a actual unit. Alright guys, so now that you guys know how to do that, right? Or now that you realize that we could actually test those smaller lights, we can actually test these large lights as long as the wiring fits the same as this plug and this one, which this is the second unit I've gotten in this size and it completely works. Or I mean, this method works for this type of light as well. So we're going to be testing this one next. This is a large LED area lamp. This is more for like commercial purposes. Alright guys, so this is the after opening up the cover, I had to remove some tape. And guys, look at this humongous light. This is definitely one of those, like I said, typically used for those parking lots. What I don't like about this one is obviously the bags have been opened already. I have to now make sure that everything is included in here because it's not sealed. Before we actually test this one, we actually have to make sure that this is connected to the back. This part is called a photocell. It has to be connected to the back of the unit before we actually wire it and connect it to the power. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and connect it, okay? I have installed the photocell to the back of the unit. I've connected the wiring. Now, we just have to connect it to the actual power. And I heard something go off, and there goes the light. So you can see how bright this one is. This one, if you look directly at it, it's going to blind you. But the light works. The photocell works. The good thing is that I've sold this one in the past, I believe, for about $160. Yeah, close to $160. I'm sure of that. I'll put the actual eBay sale somewhere on the screen, but it did cost me, I believe, like close to 25 bucks to actually ship this. Guys, now the reason that this technique is very useful is that imagine you find this, for example, at a store for a very great price, right? And you don't have another light like this to actually replace and test or connect it to the actual wiring system. Obviously, if you try to connect this to that wall, you're not going to have the actual wall mount to put it up there and test it. So with this specific method, you're able to use an old 3-prong power cord that you have laying around, splice it up, connect it to it. You only really need 2 wires, and I'll be able to do it within like 5 minutes, test it all out, and then we'll be able to post this online and make our money back plus some. Once again, this unit I only paid $1.67, and I'm gonna make well over $160, especially because this one comes with the original box, original packaging, manual. The other one that I sold, the box was completely destroyed, so I had to send it in a replacement box. So this one, I'll be able to do it as open box. I'm gonna end up making more money off this one. If you like this method, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be providing you guys more videos with other ways of testing units and or how I end up selling my stuff on eBay. And once again, this is coming from Liquidation Pallet. I'll be linking the video of where I got these items from my liquidation pallets. Alright guys, so we're about to wrap it up, but just wanted to let you know that same technique to connect this light can be applied to these ceiling lights, as well as these hardwired track lights, as well as these ceiling lights. Pretty much these outside area lights as well. Pretty much anything that has those 3 wires can be connected that way. Once again, this is also another one that I'm using. This is an area light. I'm using it for the garage right now, but I have it connected the same way. That's what I'm doing to test all these units. Once again, I bought a pallet full of lights, and I had to utilize pretty much that technique in order to test all these lights rapidly. Alright guys, thank you for joining me in this video today. If you guys learned something new, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And once again, I do appreciate it. So with that being said, thank you once again for joining me today. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.